Good evening, guys. For D, we're discussing family conflict and dementia care. When there's a family member in between, when people are fighting over who, what's best for a person with dementia care. So let me go through that for you this evening for D. Sit back and enjoy a presentation I made for you, please. And remember, comments, uh, you know, things I've done for shows. We can discuss that for live chat after the show is done. Okay, so here we go. The text describes family conflict centered on an elderly mother in her late 80s, who has dementia, poor vision, and hearing loss. Despite these challenges, she has not been legally declared incompetent. Her son, the only male sibling, lives in her home, has become increasingly hostile, and is blocking his sister's access to her, even though she wants them present. The mother's will, drafted decades ago, names this son as executor. Past episodes of paranoia and delusions complicate the picture of raising questions about her current capacity. To make decisions and whether her son is exploiting his position. Now, guys, when you have family conflict and dementia care in the middle of it, there's also some exploitation going on too. So I'm going to discuss that with you all today too. With this, key legal and practical issues: capacity versus influence. Courts distinguish between medical diagnoses and legal incapacity. A dementia diagnosis or intermittent delusions do not automatically strip someone of their rights to make decisions. Testimony testimony capacity requires that the person understands the nature of their assets and assets, the effect of their decisions, and who their heirs are. Without current medical evidence, courts are reluctant to intervene. Inter vivos transfers and undue influence. Property transfers made during life can be challenged if there is evidence of coercion or manipulation. If the mother were to transfer ownership of her home or accounts to her son, siblings could later contest this by showing undue influence. Executor duties and limits. An executor must act in the best interest of all heirs, while an executor may reside in the deceased home. They typically must pay fair market rent to the estate. They cannot obstruct the division of property or conceal assets for personal gain. Isolation as a red flag. Blocking siblings from visiting is a classic warning sign of elder abuse, particularly financial exploitation. Isolation often precedes or accompanies misuse of funds, coercion, or neglect. Okay, folks, that's what elderly people go through when their families create conflict and they have dementia like issues going on with their head, when they can't think straight and whatever. But that's what happens when people fight when it comes to care for elderly folks. Recommended steps and resources. Medical evaluation. A geriatric psychiatrist or neuropsychologist should assess the mother's current cognitive capacity. This provides documentation for any legal proceedings. Legal counsel. An elder law attorney can advise on securing power of attorney, protecting accounts, and petitioning the court to remove or replace the executor if misconduct is suspected. Protective services. Contact Adult Protective Services, APS, or the Wisconsin Elderly Abuse Hotline for a wellness check and investigation. These agencies can intervene if exploitation or neglect is occurring. Evidence gathering. Preserve bank statements, property records, and any unusual financial activity. A paper trail is crucial in improving exploitation. Family mediation. If possible, mediation may help establish a care plan and prevent escalation. However, given the brothers' hostility, outside intervention may be necessary. Practical expectations and cautions. Courts are cautious. Judges hesitate to override autonomy without strong current medical proof. Legal remedies may take time and require thorough documentation. Preventative action is easier than reversal. It is far simpler to secure accounts, establish power of attorney, and prevent transfers now than to litigate after property or funds have been moved. Executor accountability. Even if the brother remains executor, he must act transparently and in the interest of all heirs. Concealment or exploitation can be grounds for removal. Bottom line, the surrounding article frames this situation as a potential case of elder abuse. The combination of dementia, isolation, and hostile sibling with executive power is a serious risk. Immediate steps: medical evaluation, legal consultation, protective services, involvement, and evidence preservation are essential to safeguard both the mother's well-being and the family's inheritance. Guys, I did this show because this happens in real time for people. Sometimes people put the if it's a sibling wanting to isolate a parent from another sibling, that is legal. That is exploitation. When you don't act proper, and when it comes abuse and things, when you exploit your family, and when you exploit a elder person for your own personal gains, that is a form of elder abuse also. And this is why I did this, to make people aware that it does happen, folks. I'll be back on with another show in a little bit. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.